You're 14 years old. Your name is Pak Un. You live in a quiet, wealthy neighborhood in Bern, Switzerland. You wear oversized Chicago Bulls jerseys, collect Nike sneakers, and listen to American hip-hop. Your room is littered with PlayStation controllers and comic books. You speak German with your classmates. You eat Swiss chocolate. You are gloriously, wonderfully normal. But there are always two men in dark suits sitting in a black Mercedes at the end of your street. They are your minders. They are the only reminder that your real name isn't Pak Un, and your father isn't a diplomat. Your father is a god who lives 5,000 miles away in a kingdom made of concrete and starvation. You know you'll have to go back eventually, but you don't worry about the throne. You are the third son, the spare to the spare. Your oldest brother, Nam, is the heir. He's the one being groomed. You are just supposed to live quietly in the margins, rich and irrelevant. Then the math changes. It's 2001. Nam gets caught trying to sneak into Japan on a fake Dominican passport. He tells the border guards he just wanted to go to Tokyo Disneyland. It's an international embarrassment. Your father writes him off entirely. Your middle brother, Chol, is next in line. But your father watches him for a year and decides he is too soft, more interested in playing the guitar than commanding an army. You are summoned back to Pyongyang. The flight feels like a time machine moving backward. You leave behind the neon lights and the internet, stepping onto a tarmac surrounded by gray buildings, red propaganda banners, and soldiers standing perfectly still. Your father sits you down. He looks frail, wearing his trademark khaki suit, but the air in the room is so heavy you can barely breathe. He tells you that you are the one. The bloodline falls to you. You are 18. You don't know anything about agriculture, economics, or war. You know about Dennis Rodman's rebound statistics. They send you to the military academy. You are given a 4-star general's uniform that feels like a Halloween costume. The men training you are in their 70s. Their chests are armored with medals from wars fought before you were born. When they salute you, you look into their eyes. You see the polite, deeply hidden contempt. They look at your soft, round face and your lack of scars. They don't see a god. They see a puppet. They think when the old man dies, they will pull your strings. That is the first lesson you learn. If you let them think that, you will be dead within a year of taking power. It's December 2011. Your father's heart finally gives out on a train. You are 27 years old. You are now the absolute ruler of 25 million people. You stand on the grand balcony overlooking Kim Il-sung Square. The snow is falling. Below you, a sea of 100,000 citizens is wailing, tearing at their hair, collapsing in the freezing snow in a display of absolute hysterical grief. You look down at them, your breath pluming in the cold air. You realize a terrifying truth. They aren't crying because they loved him. They are crying because there are men with notebooks walking through the crowd, writing down the names of the people who don't look sad enough. The fear is the infrastructure. You have to maintain it, or the state collapses. Your uncle, Jang Song-taek, is the second most powerful man in the country. He helped manage your father's final years. He walks a little too tall. He sits a little too comfortably in your presence. He thinks he is your regent. During a televised political bureau meeting, a resolution is passed. Everyone stands and claps vigorously. Your uncle stands slowly. He claps with a lazy, half-hearted rhythm. In a normal family, you stop inviting him to dinner. In your family, a lazy clap is a terminal diagnosis. You wait for the next major party session. Cameras are rolling. The room is filled with the highest-ranking officials in the country. 2 armed guards walk in, grab your uncle by the shoulders, and drag him out of his chair. He looks terrified. The old generals in the room freeze, their blood running cold. You sit at the head of the table, your face completely blank. You don't just have him shot. That's too clean. You have him taken to a military academy. You use anti-aircraft guns. Weapons designed to shoot down fighter jets are leveled at a human being. The message isn't just that he is dead. The message is that you can erase a man so completely there isn't even a body left to bury. Nobody claps slowly after that. The old generals stop looking at you like a puppet. They look at you the way civilians look at a loaded gun. The purge works. In fact, it works too well. The fear becomes so absolute that you never hear the truth again. You take a tour of a tractor factory. The manager tells you production is up 200%. You know it's a lie. You can smell the fresh paint on the 3 tractors they put in front of you. You visit an agricultural province. The minister tells you the harvest is bountiful. You know people are eating tree bark in the northern villages. but the minister would rather let 1 million people starve than be the man who hands you a negative report. You are surrounded by millions of yes men. You are flying a plane in a hurricane, but the dials on your dashboard are painted on. You are entirely, paralyzingly alone. The paranoia becomes your permanent roommate. You have an army of 1 million soldiers, but you sleep with a pistol on your nightstand. You don't trust your chefs. Every meal is eaten by a taster an hour before it reaches your plate. When you travel by armored train, you bring your own secure, portable toilet. You know that foreign intelligence agencies would kill to analyze your waste to figure out your medical conditions. You are a living deity, but you live like a fugitive. You turn your focus to the geopolitical map. You watched the footage of Saddam Hussein being pulled out of a spider hole. You watched the shaky cell phone video of Muammar Gaddafi bleeding in a ditch. Both of them gave up their weapons programs to appease the West. Both of them died like stray dogs. You understand the brutal, mechanical physics of the world. Treaties are paper. The United Nations is a suggestion. The only currency the West actually respects, the only thing that guarantees you won't end up in a ditch, is enriched uranium. So, you starve your country to feed the scientists. You build the bomb. You test the intercontinental ballistic missiles. The ground shakes, the sky tears open, and the world panics. The sanctions hit harder, the economy bleeds. The darkness in your cities gets deeper, but your chair gets infinitely more secure. It culminates in Singapore. You walk into a room to meet the President of the United States. Cameras flash. The world holds its breath. You shake his hand. For a brief, intoxicating 48 hours, you are an equal. You are a statesman. You sit across from the leader of the free world, forcing him to acknowledge you. But then the summit ends. The American president flies back to a country with term limits, courts, and a retirement plan. He can lose an election and go write a book. You fly back to Pyongyang. You don't have term limits. Stepping down isn't a retirement, it's a firing squad for your entire bloodline. You are riding a starving tiger, and the moment you climb off, it eats you. One night, sitting in your sprawling, empty palace, you look at an unclassified satellite map of Asia at night. South Korea is a blazing neon grid of wealth and light. China is a glowing web of industry. In the middle, your country is a pitch-black void, a dark spot on the earth. You remember the lights of Switzerland. You know exactly what the outside world looks like. You know your system is broken, inefficient, and cruel, but you can never, ever fix it. If you open the borders, the people see the neon lights of Seoul. If they see the truth, the illusion of your divinity shatters. If the illusion shatters, the regime collapses. You are in your 40s now. Your health is failing. You are overweight, diabetic, stressed, chain-smoking to manage the crushing, suffocating weight of keeping the tiger fed. You look at your young daughter. You bring her to the military parades. You hold her hand as the massive, nuclear-tipped ICBMs roll past on 16-wheeler trucks. She looks up at you. You look down at her. You love her, but you are handing her a prison sentence. You are teaching her the exact same math your father taught you. How to purge, how to terrify, how to be a monster. Because in your bloodline, the only alternative to being the monster is being the victim. You are the supreme leader. You have absolute, unchecked power over millions of lives, and you are the most trapped man on earth. That's a wrap. The story explores the very real, terrifying psychological trap of the Kim dynasty. If this made you think, drop a comment with your biggest takeaway. Subscribe for more videos. See you in the next one.